Wouldn't it be nice to be like Robyn and Gizelle and to have never made a mistake in your life? Oh, wait, what? They have made mistakes? Oh, okay, because they seem to forget about that when they're talking about this Candiace and Monique thing, and it's really getting annoying. So let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, I am very excited to be talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 16, Picking Sides. You guys, such a good episode. I'm loving Portugal. What a beautiful, beautiful travel destination. I'm so glad they went somewhere different. I thought this was a really good episode, and I can't wait to break it down and talk about it all with you. So let's get into it. So just a quick update to let you guys know I am taking next week off, but I will be posting content. I've already pre-recorded some stuff that I'll be putting up next week. So check back next week because I'll be putting up some 90 Day Fiance, some Real Housewives of Miami. Some of you guys have been asking for that. And some Ladies of London Season 2. So I'll have a week full of stuff. But the episodes I normally cover, like Potomac and stuff and Below Deck, I'll be picking up and combining with the following week. So stay with me, check back. If you're on Patreon, you'll still get your new episode there. And I am still going to be doing The Undoing, covering The Undoing, because it's such a short series, and next week will be episode 5 of 6, and I'm super into it, so I will be covering that. Otherwise, check back with me. Hey guys, I just want to take a second and say if you're enjoying this show, please check out my Patreon. Go to patreon.com, search Real Housewives Recaps, or check the comments below, and I'll put a link. And for $1 a week, you can support my show and get 4 bonus episodes per month. I'm covering Scary Island, like the greatest season of Real Housewives of New York. So check it out. Thanks so much. The episode picks back up in Portugal. It's day 2. Now remember, Karen and Gizelle are having this tiff about Karen is saying this fantastic line that Jamal is just in her phone. And she's saying, Gizelle is saying, Karen, who only talks about personal thing when she's drunk, but you want to push me to talk about my personal life? Karen says, I saw Gizelle on Instagram in front of the jewelry store. I thought, Juan is meeting her there and is planning on popping the question. That was such a funny left turn and such a funny observation of Karen. She's called it. She nailed it. But Robyn's like, what does this have to do with Juan? Robyn's totally confused, and so are most of the other ladies. And I thought it was so funny that in this argument that Karen brings this up. It just really made me laugh. Gizelle says, I look cute, so I made a video. And Robyn says, I don't expect him to do it during basketball season, and I'm sure as hell not proposing to him. So then after lunch, they decide that they're going to go tobogganing. Ashley calls her mom to check in on baby Dean. And they do this tobogganing. Now, I've seen this before on Amazing Race where they do this. And you guys, this looks so scary to me. They go so fast around these corners, and there's just these guys standing on the back that are supposed to help brake the machine or to help it stop. But, this would give me a heart attack. I think I'd have to meet them at the bottom of the hill. It'd probably be fun if it wasn't quite so fast, but those turns are a little much. But it was funny. Karen yelling, we're tobogganing in Portland. And Wendy corrects her and yells, Portugal. So after tobogganing, they end up going to this market. And Candiace mentions to Ashley while they're there about wanting to have a little girl. Ashley says she's confused because Candiace was so hard on her when she was struggling to get pregnant. So she's surprised she would say that to her. So while they're in this market, Gizelle pulls Karen aside to talk about what she said about Juan and Robyn. And she said, you keep bringing up this engagement nonsense. And Karen's trying to say, I only did it once. And Gizelle said, no, you did it twice. Karen says, well, yeah, I'm curious. Are you trying to hush me up? And Gizelle says, I'm asking you not to bring any more attention to it. Let's say he's going to propose. Do we want to bring any more attention to it? And Karen realizes, okay, so that means he is going to propose, and she kind of saunters off. Gizelle says she's worried that Karen's going to get drunk and spill the beans. So They go back to the hotel and they decide to take a nap, and then they're going to get ready for dinner in a few hours. We see the montage of everybody getting ready. Gizelle's at the bar and Ashley comes down. Gizelle says, I have a secret. And Ashley's face was priceless because she's scared to death. Usually when they have a secret, it's about Michael. Gizelle literally says, it's nothing to do with you or with Michael. She explains she got the key to Wendy's room. After dinner, they're going to have Candiace distract her with some drinks, and they're going to go up and they're going to put plastic spiders and snakes in a room. And then Gizelle ends up telling Ashley about Juan proposing to Robyn. She says she wants Ashley in her corner because Ashley knows how to keep a secret. Shade from Gizelle. I still find Gizelle enjoyable to watch, but now that I've seen the light on her, damn, she likes to stir the pot. So all the ladies meet for dinner, and can I just say for a second, thank goodness we didn't have to hear anything from Wendy about her degrees this episode. Somebody made a joke about them, but it wasn't Wendy, so yay. That might be the first episode so far. Candiace reveals she's changing the way she feels and thinking more about things as far as having kids goes. And Wendy had a funny line here. She said, here comes the tissue, it's already folded. Ashley says, listen, as a point of contention last year, you were doubling the pain and anxiety my family was going through when we suffered our miscarriage. You said these things to us, and it was really hard for us. And Candiace says this is another therapy lesson, how to talk without aggression. And Ashley said, you talked about my husband faking crying about our miscarriage. And then says, as much as she judged me about my motherhood journey, I want to be a real bitch. And Candiace says, we had a whole conversation about this. I think okay, let's talk about this for a second. I think Ashley is right to bring this up. It was crappy. I mean, it's one thing, I don't know, they take digs at each other, and Ashley is far from perfect. We see that. But to talk about somebody's fertility struggle or miscarriage, that's way too far of the line. And I cannot with Candiace. Candiace tries to smooth things over and says, I don't want to go back in time and rehash things, meaning let's not talk about the bad shit I've done. Let's talk about the shit everybody else has done. Ashley's saying, I'm holding on to some things. Candiace does say, for whatever pain I caused you and your family, I apologize. I don't know how sincere it is. I think she just wants to move on. Then Gizelle makes a cheers, and she cheers to Karen opening up this evening. So they come back from dinner, and they want to have a nightcap at the hotel. So when they get there, Gizelle tells the ladies that she's having a wardrobe malfunction. So she gets Candiace and Karen to stay behind with Wendy and takes the other ladies to Wendy's hotel room. They set up the fake snakes and spiders all over her bed. Karen and Candiace and Wendy, of course, stay behind, and they text Candiace and say, okay, bring her up. So Wendy's talking about wanting to go up and pump, so they're like, okay, cool, we'll walk up with you. And when she goes up, they jump out of the closet. She's taking off her shoes. She hears a noise. She's not sure what it is. They jump out of the closet and scare the crap out of her. She laughs and says, what the F are y'all doing? And then they all leave. And you think that's it. Well, they go around the corner to watch a producer's camera that's set up. They've set up the snakes and the spiders. So they're watching her find the spiders in the bed, and then she peels back the covers even more and finds the snakes. She screams, she runs out, she says, I hate y'all so much, and she runs to find them. Wendy says, I hate snakes, I almost peed on myself. So it's day 3 in Portugal. I love this hotel, I love this pool, I love this chair Gizelle is sitting on, I want to be there. Robyn is looking at hat pictures for her website, the photo shoot that the ladies did. She FaceTimes Gizelle, and Gizelle's like, come down and sit with me, so she goes to sit with her at the pool. Gizelle asks to see the pictures. So Gizelle's asking to see the pictures. They look at everyone's photos from the hat collection. Now this part sucked. This part really bothered me with Robyn and Gizelle. They are just quite the duo this episode. or this season, I should say. They love everybody's pictures, but Robyn is saying Karen's looks are challenging for her. I thought that was such BS. I think the hats are a challenging look for anybody. I think Karen looks beautiful, and that's so crappy how they were talking about her. She's saying it should feel more youthful, more chic, more hip. Maybe get different hats to feel that way. Gizelle says, so is she getting cut out of the website? It's such crap. I mean, you ask somebody to model for you and then you're going to cut them out? I just think that's BS. There is nothing wrong with the photos of Karen. They're just being bitchy. They talk about how Karen opened up yesterday, and then they move on to Karen and Ray's sex life. Robyn tells a story about Karen getting really drunk and saying she hates his junk. And she's saying she said that when she was very drunk. So they keep bringing this up, that when Karen gets drunk, she reveals weird details of their sex life. Then we see Karen and Candiace sitting together. Karen tells her she was proud of her last night and not letting the girls push your triggers. And Karen says, when you gotta fight and defend yourself with your words, be careful. They talk about Ashley's hurt and how she's holding on to it. And Karen did a good job. She says, even though I'm not choosing between Candiace and Monique, I'm still in her corner. So again, this makes me like Karen even more. No, I can't stand Candiace. So, there's that. But I do really like how Karen's handling this. She's like the only one being a grown-up about it. Robyn and Gizelle act like they've never made a mistake or that they've never done anything wrong, and very holier than thou. And this is a very weird hill to die on. We'll talk about that with this Ashley scene. So Ashley comes down and gets to talking to them. They talk about last night, and Robyn saying, I thought we were past this because of her feelings with Candiace. I'm sorry, Robyn, you don't get to have an opinion. This was like a huge dig that Candiace took about Ashley and her fertility. So Ashley ends up revealing Monique is working on a case against Candiace and asked Ashley to write a statement for the case. Robyn and Gizelle kind of look at each other, frickin' frack, and Ashley says it's a witness. It's not a character statement. And Robyn says, oh, she wants you to assassinate Candiace's character. I'm sorry. Why are we pretending like Candiace is the innocent victim here? We talk about this every week. You guys all write the same comments like this is BS. I just think it's so ridiculous how they're acting like poor Candiace. This came out of nowhere. Okay. But also, they're making a big deal out of Ashley being in the bathroom during the fight. But they're not listening to Ashley. Ashley's trying to say, listen, this isn't about this fight. They want to know about her character. And Ashley's not making up lies. Candiace held a butter knife out at her. She was threatening physical violence. She ended up throwing the knife. She's got a history of doing these crazy stunts like this. And then they're shocked that this would come up and that Ashley would dare speak against Candiace. Ashley's telling the truth. She's trying to tell what happened to her. She brings up that Monique did the same thing for her when she was going against, or when people were coming out against Michael. So I just don't know why Gizelle and Robyn are this, I keep saying holier than thou, God complex duo. It's so strange. They've never made a mistake. We see it every episode, they make mistakes. So I think it's total BS. I don't like how they handled this. I don't like how they handled Ashley. Whether you're an Ashley fan or not, I am an Ashley fan. I go back and forth with her a little bit. She bugs me with the Michael stuff. Yeah, she used to be a monster. But I feel like she's grown up some since having Dean as far as how she treats the other ladies. And I just don't think they're being fair to her. They're getting mad at her for telling the truth about things that have happened in the past. And then they're shocked when she says, I don't care about Candiace. I don't care if this messes up our friendship. Because why should she? Candiace hasn't cared the past when she gets on Twitter and tweets these horrible things. She doesn't care about the friendship, so why should Ashley? And then we see it to be continued. We get a preview of next week. It looks like they're going to be doing photo shoots in Spain and having fun girls' time. They talk about the photos of Robyn and the website and the hats and blah. And they're talking crap about Karen, and it's always Gizelle. Candiace brings it up, and then Giselle's like, yeah, I understand. Like, she's egging it on. I think she's turned into Lisa Rinna, and I cannot stand Lisa Rinna because I can see right through her. It's not fun drama for a reality show. It's what can I stir up without giving anything away about myself and, maintaining this spotlight. I feel like she's taking a note out of Rinna's playbook. Then we see some sort of sex party going on and penis stuff, and then Ashley ends up telling Candiace about writing the statement for Monique. And then Candiace, in her traditional fashion, saying, F you, Ashley, because Candiace has no accountability or responsibility for the things she's done. And her friends Robyn and Gizelle give her this false sense of confidence like she's in the right. I'm sorry, you're not in the right. Such a good episode, such a good season. I'm so enjoying this, and I hope you guys are too. Leave me comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I really want to know. Tell me anything. Tell me about who you think's in the right, who's in the wrong. What are your thoughts on Gizelle and Robyn? Do you feel like they're playing just totally dirty this season? I'm just curious. But let me know down below. Find me on Twitter at Real Recaps. Like I said, I will be out next week, but check back because I will still be posting episodes. I already have them scheduled. Got some Miami, got some 90 Day coming up. Got Ladies of London Season 2 going out, so check it all out. Also, check out my Patreon because I'm doing Scary Island recaps. $4 a month breaks down to $1 a week. You get 4 bonus episodes a month, which is pretty cool. And I'm really deep diving into all the stuff that happened on Scary Island with Kelly and Bethany, and the fight, and like the greatest season of Housewives history. So check that out, and thank you guys so much for everything. I so appreciate it. I'll be around this week, so follow me, leave me comments, and if I don't talk to you, have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.